The main purpose of this video is comparing the speed of dictionary lookups in Japanese on the new Paperwhite 5 versus the 4 and the 3. The speed will probably be comparable in any language, so this should be helpful regardless of whether you're studying Japanese or not. I also compare the speed of turning the pages and looking up immediately after turning a page because that seems to slow things down, especially on the older Paperwhites. After the comparisons, I'm going to go over some of my feelings about the new Paperwhite versus the old Paperwhite, things I don't like about the new one versus the old one. It's going to be really quick, but if you're interested in that, stick around to the end. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to talk about now that we've seen the comparison is that while the new Kindle is clearly faster on both lookups and page turns, especially page turns, that's a big one. The page turns are way faster on the new Paperwhite. It's the first thing I noticed, actually. The Paperwhite 3, the screen is just, it's so much better. Like, I'm so disappointed in the screens on both the Paperwhite 4 and the 5. I don't like them. The Paperwhite 3 it's just a way better screen. It's cleaner. The words stand out on the screen more. It looks more like paper. It's wider. Like the new screens seem to have some sort of like weird. It's not a flat white color. It's sort of graded. There's like a gradation in the background. It's not as clean as the Paperwhite 3. The words don't stand out quite as well as they do on the Paperwhite 3. And this is true for both the Paperwhite 4 and the Paperwhite 5. And the new ones, the 4 and 5, the fingerprints on these things, oh, it's so bad. Like, I cleaned this before the video, and you can already see fingerprints all over the screen. I barely touched it. It was just for this video, and I cleaned it after that, and I touched it a few times. I've only used the new one a little bit after filming the comparisons, and you can see there's fingerprints all over it, and when you touch the screen to do lookups and stuff, the fingerprints show up there as well. On the old Paperwhite 3, you can't see any fingerprints. Like, there's nothing. There's no fingerprints on this thing at all. No matter what angle you look at it from, you don't see the fingerprints. It just doesn't pick them up. Now, I imagine that's because of the waterproof screens, and they have to put that sort of glossy finish or whatever, and they can't indent it because the water would get inside. But I don't use my Kindle near water, so I don't really care about that. It's not worth it to me to just have these fingerprints all over the place, and it's pretty distracting, and I don't know if you can tell on the screen, but they're pretty bad on the screen as well. So the screens they don't look as good. You probably can't tell on the camera how much better the Paperwhite 3 screen is, but it does look much better. Here's the Paperwhite 3. You probably can't tell, but it looks more like paper. Even on the camera, I can see that it looks more like paper than the new Paperwhite 5, but what are you going to do? The lighting, it's also way brighter for some reason. The Paperwhite 3, the screen is way brighter than the Paperwhite 4 and 5, and it's just disappointing because it's much older. It was released in 2015. Why is the screen so much better on one from 6 years ago than it is on the newer ones, the 2018 and the 2021 model? Makes no sense. Super disappointing, but what are you going to do? As you could probably tell from the comparisons, the Paperwhite 3 is pretty much the same in terms of speed as the Paperwhite 4, and I found a lot more inconsistency with the Paperwhite 4 and lookups and all kinds of other things, so I'll probably, I don't know, I'm not going to use my Paperwhite 4 anymore. I'm probably going to keep my Paperwhite 3 for English books and my Paperwhite 5 for Japanese books, because you can't have your Japanese Amazon and American Amazon on the same Kindle. If you want to like switch between accounts, you'll lose all your books every single time and have to re-download them when you reinstall it, so I'll probably just keep these both. But the old Kindle, just the body, it feels nicer to hold even outside of a case. It's just better. Like the Paperwhite 3 is so much nicer to use. I don't know what else to tell you. It's a better device. The bezels, they're thinner on the new Kindle, and it's bigger, which I guess is nice. I don't know. The old Kindles fit nicer in my hand. I prefer the size of the old ones. I don't think it made sense to make them bigger. Some people may disagree with that. Screen's not better. It's not brighter. The warmth settings are available on the Pixel 4 and 5 as well as dark mode. So like there's very little reason to upgrade. to the 5 from the 4, and very little reason to upgrade from the 3 to the 5 even, although the page turning speed is way better on the 5, and the lookup speed is a little bit better. But yeah, I'll be keeping the 3 for English because it's just a nicer device. Okay, that's it, guys. Thanks for hanging out. If you found this video helpful, hit the like button. If you didn't, that's fine. Hit the dislike twice and subscribe because I have lots of videos like these and I also teach Japanese. So if you're into that, check it out. All right, see you next time.